Bad news for Vergil Ortiz Jr. Although he settled with Golden Boy, Jaron Boots Ennis is the man. In this video, I'm going to break it down. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego. I'm back with But listen, I told y'all did not want to listen to me. Golden Boy has settled with Vergil Ortiz. As you see right here, right? Golden Boy Promotions and Vergil Ortiz reached a settlement focused on the biggest fights, right? So earlier this year, I reported there was trouble in paradise, and it was leading to lawsuits, and Vergil Ortiz said he was never working with Golden Boy again. Golden Boy said, you are contracted to us. You and Rick Meridian, got your own plans. Vergil Ortiz and Meridian try to run off on the plug, ran off on the plug twice, right? Try to run off on the plug. Golden Boy do their own deal with Eddie Hearn to get the Boots fight done. Wasted their time with a negotiation, all for nothing, because Golden Boy put out a temporary restraining order, or got one from the judge, and then pretty much put him in litigation. Now, they weren't able to leave Golden Boy, and this is what I told y'all. Y'all did not want to listen to me. I'm right. Like, I'm not going to say I'm always right, but I'm always right. The videos are still up. You guys were like, oh, Golden Boy's in the way, and he's going to fight Boots, and yada, 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 and Golden Boy don't have no case. I talked about it extensively, and look, here we are. Who bowed down? Vergil Ortiz side. They said that they were in the clear and they were free agents. And I told you, from the information that I'm seeing, it's not that easy, and I don't think so. So on one note, it's good that a boxer is able to compete, but you guys look dumb. Y'all went against me per usual, and I was right. I told you Golden Boy was pretty much going to win. You can't just up and leave because you want to. Golden Boy got on record and said this.
Hey, what's up, guys? I am extremely happy to announce that Golden Boy and Vergil Ortiz have patched things up. Let's make the biggest fight happen. Boots Ennis versus Vergil Ortiz this year.
So that was Oscar De La Hoya. He's like, we patched things up. Everything's good now. Cool. Vergil Ortiz also did a recent interview, and this is what he had to say. Play the clip.
What is your message to the WBC about your availability to fight Fundora as early as this fall?
Well, we already called Mauricio Solomon, and we've asked for this fight. We were on the phone side by side with Golden Boy, with Mauricio, and we asked for the fight. I am also not going to pretend I know how it works either, because I thought that if you had the interim, you were next in line. So, I mean, I'm just as confused as everybody else.
When you talked to Mauricio about that, what was his response?
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't even really understand it, because and it's not, I don't know whose fault it is. Is it my fault? Am I just dumb? Or, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't get it. For me, it's just, for me, it's simple. I have the interim, I should be in line, right? It's not, I want to stay interim forever, right? Like, I want my shot. I really honestly don't get it. I just don't get it.
What is your message?
Yeah, you don't get it, all right. You really don't get it. Vergil Ortiz said, I am very happy me and Golden Boy work things out, continuing to work with each other to make the best fights possible. I especially want to give my manager, Rick Meridian, a huge thank you. He was there for me at my lowest, and he was there for me at a time, this time around. Rick stuck his neck out knowing he would be slandered by everyone, but he did it anyways and weathered the storm. Every boxer should want a manager like Rick Meridian. But you and Rick got punked by Golden Boy. So, like, yeah, you're like, I want to give a shout out to him, but it's because of y'all that your career has been sidelined, which leads to this video. The bottom line is Jaron Boots Ennis is the man. The good thing is, okay, cool. You and Golden Boy patched it up. You guys are going to work together. The bad news is now you didn't got lapped by Jaron Boots Ennis. Now, the truth hurts, but it is what it is. Eddie Hearn even said it. He said yesterday's price is not today's price. Fat Joe voice. So while it's cool that you patched it up with Golden Boy, what was lost in that whole duration, and I think you lost a lot, and that's because Boots had a big fight that was very entertaining with Xander Zayas, a guy that Ortiz said he wanted to fight at a point in time. He never got the Ortiz-Zayas fight, but guess who did? Jaron Boots Ennis. So had you kept it cool with Golden Boy, which eventually, like, I don't believe in shortcuts if it takes you longer in the end, right? So you could have stuck with Golden Boy since the end result is you sticking with Golden Boy anyway, right? But you and Rick Meridian went off on your own and went AWOL, all that to be sidelined and get a restraining order from the judge, and now you have no motion. You have no wave, and then this man just became unified, became a champion in a new division. Everybody liked the performance. It was it's actually probably one of my favorite fights, if not my favorite fight this year. Very good fight. A little bit of adversity in round 3 for Boots, but he stuck with it, and he got knockdowns, and he got a knockout. Meanwhile, Vergil Ortiz, out of sight, out of mind, right? You ain't even been nowhere. Like, so cool. You worked it out with Golden Boy, but now you got lapped, and this man's a champion. And these people were bragging about it. Rick Meridian, before all this, months ago, earlier in the year, see, I remember, and I have videos and screenshots of all this stuff. But anyway, he was like, keep our belt warm, Boots, and things like that. You talking about keep our belt warm? Like you were in the driver's seat. Now you begging for the Boots fight, begging for the Fundora fight, right? And getting mad online when people are calling you out for it. When we look online, we see that a fan called it out, said Rick Meridian and Vergil Ortiz are on their knees, literally begging for Boots payday. And they're like, get him, Oscar De La Hoya. And then they're showing this meme, AI meme of Eddie Hearn with a million excuses. Vergil Ortiz says, so basically I'm either ducking the fight or I'm begging for the fight. Moron. Okay, so you could call people morons, but you're on the sideline. So who's really the moron, right? When you did all this stuff in January just to come back to square one, right? So I don't know. Does that make somebody a moron? You know what I mean? For making that, you guys are begging. You're begging for a Fundora fight. Oh, I thought because I'm the interim, that means I'm next in line. That's not what it means. You're a boxer and you don't know that? I'm just a YouTuber and I know that, right? The WBC has to order the fight. There's been a lot of people who've been number 1, but the fight never got ordered, or somebody will do a final eliminator. That doesn't mean you automatically are guaranteed going to get an Errol Spence shot or a Terrence Crawford shot just because you're in the number 1 slot. It's not how it works at all, right? So he's like, I don't get it. So yeah, you don't get it. Fundora is fighting a mandatory, and then he said he's pursuing Boots. Boots said he would love the Fundora fight. He also has Josh Kelly, who works with Eddie Hearn, right? So you could call people morons and be like, oh, so I'm ducking or begging. You did this to your career, you and your manager, and now the game moved on, and your wins did not necessarily, Madrimov didn't look good in his last fight, and Boachuk keep getting beat. So your resume not necessarily aging like fine wine either. So to me, I think Vergil is in a tight squeeze, and he has himself to blame.